The front desk lady at the hotel at check-in last night was like, "What's in your bags?" And I was like, "Guitars?" And she was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yep." Welcome to Off the Ranch. I am heading home today after a long day yesterday. We got in late last night to this hotel, and now I got to get the Humvee back home, and it's still quite a drive for the Humvee today, just like yesterday. But since you already saw a road trip day with the Humvee yesterday, I'm just gonna warp you guys there, assuming I get there. Wish me luck. Guys, we broke down on the side. Just kidding. We're back home. Been home for a couple hours. Got some food in me, but the old Humvee made it. Actually had zero problems. The only problem was you can only drive 60-ish, and it's a little slow and not comfortable. It's cold, and well, it's hot where you're touching the metal, but it's cold because there's no heater warming up the air in the inside of the truck, and you're just totally uncomfortable, hot and cold at the same time. But it's a very reliable vehicle, as you can tell. It made it. Now today, we're gonna be working on the old ThunderTurd. And you may be asking, Matt, why did you take the wheels off? Because we needed some new tires on the old ThunderTurd. Here's an old tire, just so you can kind of remember what was on there, that. And now I want you to see what will be on there. We teamed up with BF Goodrich, and I got these mounted on the old Thunderbird rims. This is the BF Goodrich KM3s. They're mud terrain tires. Look at this thing. That is the same rim that was on it with that little tire. And I talked to them, I said, "Hey, how big can we go?" And they said, "We should be able to fit this one on there." So we got a much bigger tire and, of course, much more aggressive tread on those KM3s than this little street tire we got over here. Look at that bad boy. So now the plan is to mount these wheels and tires to the car. Also, we have wheel spacers. So what these do, the wheel spacers mount to the hubs like that with nuts, and then you put the wheel here, so it bumps out your wheels. So it's gonna have a more aggressive stance. The wheels will be sticking out, plus huge aggressive tires. This thing should look great. The problem is we may be hitting fenders, and we may have to trim the fenders a bit. But there's only one way to know. Let's do this. Let's go ahead. First, I'm gonna hook all of these wheel spacers on. These are 1.5-inch wheel spacers. We'll hook all those onto the hubs, and then we'll put the wheels and tires up here and see how it works. This could work without having to cut the fenders. Ugh. Beefy. Dude, that's gonna look so good. Yeah, we'll just have to probably put them on here, and then we'll set the car down and see how she sits once it squats. Oh, it's gonna look good. And we're gonna get a little more ground clearance because these wheels and tires are taller. They'll pick the car up a little bit more. I'm gonna let down the jack. We'll see how much this thing touches. We have all the tires on, but none of them are touching the ground yet. Whoa, it stayed up really high. Well, we still got another jack on there. That might be why. All right, now the whole back will be down on the wheels. We might be good. That's great. Like, we're close to rubbing there, but we're not. The front's gonna be a little trickier because the wheels turn up there, which means we may rub. All right, I'll do the front now. We'll see. The back looks perfect. Letting the front down now. Oh, shh. Oh yeah, that front went way low. It's not touching yet, but.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's pretty close. I mean, maybe we should cut out just like an inch. We decided to go for a little ride. Any bump we hit rubs.
Oh yeah, it's like grinding the rubber up.
Is it already?
It's like cutting it right every time it.
Yeah, I also hear grinding in the back, so time to do some cutting. Cut it all up, and then I got these and bent it up, but it's still, when we jump on the hood, it still hits those tires. So I'm gonna cut the fender right here at an angle. We don't want to take the whole fender off because it's holding our turn signal on. We still want to be able to say we're street legal. So I'm gonna leave the turn signal on by cutting the fender. You don't have to have fenders in Texas. So I'm gonna cut the fender here and then remove all of this so it'll just be open around this, which will be perfect. We ended up removing the entire fender except for the front, so it still holds on that turn signal light. And then we had to zip tie some hoses and wires up out of the way. But now that thing should have no problem with rubbing issues. So we'll do the same on the passenger front. Back here, yeah, I guess we got, oh man, there's a huge piece of metal right there. That's not gonna happen. But all we need to worry about is up. Yeah, we could probably take a little bit. The back wasn't rubbing bad, but I think we do need to bend the fenders out or cut them just a hair to keep them from hitting right here, because a little bit of rubbing, no big deal, but if you're doing it for 500 miles, it's gonna rip your tires up pretty bad. I asked you guys to send me a bunch of stickers to put on my ammo cabinet, and we got like 1,000 stickers and I only had room for like 100 on my ammo cabinet. But I still have all the stickers, and I just went looking through them, and I found this one. Someone sent this to me. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on there, just as a thanks to BFG for sending those tires so quickly. I was like, I need tires really fast. And they made it happen, hooked us up with the KM3s. Oh my gosh, this is harder than I thought it would be. Yep, no big deal. Basically looks like a race car now. Because it is a race car now. Okay, so here's what happened next. Basically, we cut all the fenders, and then the car wouldn't start at all. It was and nothing. And so I was like, well, all you need for a car to run is fuel and spark and timing, right? Aren't those the three main things? I think those are the three things. And I was like, I don't know why we wouldn't have fuel. We put a little extra gas in there. Maybe our gauge is bad. Put some extra gas in, nothing. And I was like, we did everything. I checked fuses. I tried to do everything I knew how to do. And then it still wouldn't start. So I said, we got to get this thing going now. I need somebody who knows how to fix it. And so David and I drug it up on the trailer. A little sketch. I need to get a winch on that trailer really bad because it was super sketch. I used my truck with a strap pulled through the trailer to drag the dead car up on the trailer while the trailer was hooked to nothing. Nailed it though. We got her done. Almost ripped our bumper off a little bit, but she's good. Need to probably shore up that bumper. The problem is we needed to do it fast. But the guy we took it to was like, yeah, I got it figured out. All it is an inertia switch. It's a switch that when you get in a wreck, it cuts your fuel. It feels like a big jolt and it cuts the fuel because they think you've crashed and they don't want you to light on fire. And so we were chopping on those fenders and then driving it with the tires that were rubbing fenders, and something we did tripped the inertia switch. He just tripped it back the other way. Car started up fine. We're back in the race, and the good thing is we have to leave in like, I don't know, like 6 hours or something. We have to leave for this race, and like I need to do a bunch of stuff. I want to eat dinner with my family tonight, and like I didn't want to be working on this car. And I needed it to be done. It's the day before the race, and it would be terrible if it didn't work. So, David is bringing back the car right now as we speak. I am getting some stuff ready. We're gonna put a gas tank on the back of it. I ordered one of these little gas tanks and the mount system for that. I also got a couple, ow, I just stabbed myself with a staple. I also have a couple other things that I need to add to the car when they get here. Let me show you some things we bought that we don't have time now and I don't feel like messing with. We had these train horns that you saw, and I couldn't get them to work because the compressor was like 20, 30 years old and I couldn't get it to turn over anymore. So we ordered a cheap little train horn set off Amazon and it came in, but I'm not gonna use it. I also ordered a cheap little electric winch that came in from Amazon. I'm not gonna use that either. Two reasons. One is timing, because we're running out of time now and I still have other stuff I need to do. And the other is, I feel like everything we do is making this car get less and less reliable. And I want it to at least put up a good fight on this 500-mile race. I don't want it to just die on like mile 14. And it dying in my barn today definitely made me a little worried that, wow, we didn't even make it to the race and it already died and I couldn't fix it. Now I know if it trips again, we'll know how to trip the inertia switch, but Oh, jeez. It just made me not want to mess with anything else electrical that could put us out of the race, because that car doesn't seem like the most reliable car. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it because maybe it'll make it, but not looking great that we already had a big problem like that. So I'm gonna do a couple aesthetic mods, a couple like preparedness mods. You'll see what I mean. And then I think we're pretty much ready to gamble. David should be back any minute. ThunderTurd is back. What's up, Danger?
Hey guys.
Where is the inertia switch? I need to know, because I plan on jumping this thing, and we're probably gonna set it off again. You can tell we're starting to get some stuff ready for the trip. We know we're gonna need it.
Come here, I'll show you.
Oh.
That's it. Oh,
You just set it off, did you?
That's all. Well, let me refix it.
So that cuts the,
That's it. I just gotta click it back.
so you fixed it.
I think we're back in action.
Crazy. It's as easy as that. I'm actually, speaking of fuel system, I bought a little fuel filter, and I'm gonna take out the old one, which I've just pulled down, it's right here, and replace it, because we've got a bit of a throttle issue at full throttle. It won't let us do full throttle. So I'm gonna see if I can just put a new fuel filter in there, and it needs to go this way, and we'll see if that makes a difference. Probably won't, but it's worth a shot. Yeah, did it. Poured gasoline everywhere though. That is hooked in. See if it makes any difference. What?
Oh, it's going. I thought the switch kicked again.
Oh. Nope, it's the same. So I can get it to rev up, but if I try to floor it, it only gets to 3,000 still. Not a fuel filter issue. Let me let the engine warm up first, and then we'll see. Okay, so here's your issue. It's the exact same, no difference, but I can get it up to red line, but then when I floor it, stutters back down to 2,500. But then when I come off and about 75% throttle, I don't know, that's just how we're gonna have to race it. Dave's over here. He's gonna take us to art school with some flame graphics down the side. We got this thing hooked on right here. Extra fuel. I'm gonna hook our entry devices here to the roof. We have some bumpers in the back here, just in case anyone gets a little crazy on the race course. Got a little protection in the back end. Look at those tires though. Things looking meaty. Yes. Got these things hooked down semi-well. I think we'll end up with these things at the end of the race, Dave. We'll see. Maybe. Shout out to Taylor Targets who sent this to us. That's super cool. He said he's just a big fan. We met him at SHOT Show actually. He said he's a big fan of the channel, and he makes these steel targets, his Taylor Targets, and he made us a stencil. I guess, so after I shoot this I can repaint it, put our logo back on there. But I'm thinking maybe we should use a stencil. Yes, dude. We'll just paint the logo right on the hood. It's perfect. Don't get overspray on my glass, man. I'm trying to keep this thing nice for resale value, okay? So just chill out.
I already sanded it and primed it, so
yeah. Yeah, I sanded and primed the hood too. Oh yeah, it's gonna look good. It's not bad. I'll pull that tape off and we'll straighten it out a little bit. So David, when he did these flames over here, he put the tape down and he cut out where he wanted the flames to go. I'm gonna write ThunderTurd across the trunk right here. So I think I'm gonna write it in Sharpie first and then cut it out with a knife and then paint it. Should be good to go. Dude, that looks great. Addie, do you wanna pull the tape off on the hood? I'm gonna set you up there. The paint's probably still a little wet, so just try not to touch it. Just peel that stuff off. So I got the letters cut out here. Well, not cut out, I got them written. I cut out the D just to see how it works. Looks like it's gonna work pretty good. So I'll just peel out the part that will be painted, just like that. And then I'll come by after, paint everything, and it will look magnificent. Yeah, check that eagle out. Didn't work perfectly. Yeah, a little overspray there. It's okay, it's also some bird poop on the hood. Woo, your flames are looking great, dude. Made the car, it made it right there. Oh yeah. Really sets off the car, you know? Yeah. The pink hubcaps. All right, ooh yeah, that's bright. I don't know if we have enough paint for this, we'll see. Looking good. Okay, so first, these were Danger Dave. Good job, buddy. Faded. He wanted it to look like a Florida sunset. So yeah, he nailed it. Check out the hood. Check out the hood.
Nice.
Cool, right?
What happened to the...
We just had a piece of metal that we set on top that was cut out like that, so it wasn't... This is just a prototype. The real one will be something special. Ugh, okay, pink hubcaps. These are keep zombies away from the wheels. Do you see these nice tires?
Are those staples?
No.
Oh. Just like, what the heck?
No, it's just where we used a wrench to
Got
bend
it.
out the fender so they wouldn't cut our tires. We got bumpers in the back. We didn't actually have a real bumper, so we just hung some old tires on the back. We have the name on the back because we wanted people to know who passes them when we zoom by them with our V6 that only runs at 75%. Extra gas tank, just in case. You know, in case anybody's getting a little crazy on the road, we do have a sledgehammer, so we can straighten them out. Lights, siren, grill guard. If you want us to do any modifications to your SUV, we can. We'll give you a good rate because you're family and friend discount.
Okay,
So you just let me know.
got it.
And she's running again, which she wasn't before. Do you, after seeing this, have any interest in ever doing one of these with me?
I just really can't wait.
Are you coming tomorrow? David and I were so pumped about this. Mayor, for some reason, I don't know why.
You and two girlfriends, y'all can all come along.
Yeah, exactly. Get you some Coca-Cola and an ice chest in the back seat and just cruise for 500 miles in this thing.
Monkey's on the way.
We got her all loaded up. We're gonna head out of town in a little bit. Gonna eat dinner with the family, and then we're off. We're going to Houston. Little HelloFresh to make dinner go quick. Creamy corn and bacon chowder. That's what I'm talking about. So we just finished that. Oh, can't get it in the trash can. HelloFresh is a partner of the channel, making my life easy. Look at this craziness. Oh man. I hope we make it. We're hitting the road. I'll see ya. For me in 4 hours, for you in 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3. After midnight, but the car made it. We made it. And we saw something cool in the parking lot over here. Check this out. Check out this. Found another gambler. Oh, come on, man. This guy's...
I said he definitely spent more than $500.
Yeah, this guy's definitely not a $500 car. This thing's nice. Bet we'll see him tomorrow, though. You're going down, sucker. The ThunderTurd's coming for you. Thanks for watching. Big day tomorrow. It's gonna be good. Well, might not be good. It's gonna be interesting. I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Oh. Hey, what camera is that? Number...
Shut up! Don't tell Mayor.